Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're back on our BKFC Reddit Ask Me Anything. We're joined by a familiar face of the channel, Paprocki. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
You came in like a wrecking ball. I was told. So here's the thing. I get told all the time, oh, we got this person at the gym. They're badass and this and this and this. Courtney said, Kat is going to come in and make a statement. You came in, made a statement. I love it.
Thank you so much. It was man, bare knuckle is my home. I was like, this is where I belong. So yeah, I love it. It's great.
Is there what is so much different about punching someone with a bare, and feeling your fist like sink into their face versus having the gloves on?
It's so much more intimate in like a cool way. And the crowds are better, man. They are so hyped and every punch matters.
Yeah.
It was just cool. I love the brawl-esque to it. I remember that like first punch and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like this is the best." So, yeah, it was awesome. Extremely cool.
You can't really train for it because you don't train with no gloves on. Clearly, you don't want to hurt somebody at your gym. So yeah, it is one of those things like you find out the very first time though.
Totally, totally. We I think too, like, I stayed in there a little longer than I was supposed to, kind of playing with like my food, and just like enjoying the moment. And now too, like I have experience in there. I kind of know what to expect more also. So just yeah, enjoying it. It's been great.
Sydney Smith, like I said, that fight was unfortunate because I love Sydney. She's great. You're great.
Thank
She's
you.
a game opponent. You know what I mean? Like, is she the best woman on the roster? No, but she's game. She'll fight somebody at 135. She'll fight somebody at 115. I love that about her.
Yes.
But how important was it to be in there? I mean, you're facing somebody who coming up does have some experience in the ring, so you were able to get some extra rounds. And how important do you feel like that will play going forward?
I think like any experience that you can gain is always important. Um, I've been on really large stages, so that stage was very comfortable for me. I feel like it showed that I was just very comfortable, at ease and just playful. Um, I don't know, man. Like I think somebody that isn't experienced couldn't handle me. So I think that's just kind of what I'm going to be having is people that have been in there more. And now I'm kind of the BKFC girl, like coming into my squared circle now. So yeah, man, I hung out with Sydney Smith afterwards and like the nicest person ever, so sweet, so much fun, like just a cool experience to have. I'm super thankful that her and I got to share that time. So yeah, it's cool.
I'm not 100% sure. Are you somebody who loves, like, we interviewed Sarah the other day, Sarah Shell, and she said she loves the banter. She said it's unfortunate. It seems like the men can, kind of like do a little bit of trash talk off of each other, and they realize like after the end, it's just trash talk and it was just fun for the game. And she said with the women, you guys take it a little more personal. Are you someone who would enjoy being able to do a little bit of the trash talk, or that's not really your game?
I would talk trash to anybody any day. Come at me, bro. It's a sport. It's a fight. It's not personal. Like I don't know. I think though that there is something like some women definitely take it personal at times. I'm definitely not one of those. So anything is fair game. I mean, you and I are enemies, right? So come at me, bro. Yeah.
We had heard that BKFC was looking at bringing in quite a few women. It seems like BKFC let a couple ladies go. We brought in a couple people from the other organization. Where do you see where do you see yourself? Are you right on the verge of top five? Like, where do you see yourself in the ranking, and how excited are you to get more and more women to compete against?
I think having a pool of people is always a beautiful thing. I think that my job isn't to worry about top five or not. whoever you put in front of me is who I'm going to go after. But I do believe like I am a problem here. I'm going to be a problem for anybody. And I think it's just going to show as I get higher and higher. Like I am a top 5, a top 3, a top 2, a top 1. Just as I gain more experience, as I grow more. So yeah, man, like whomever, whenever, whatever.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this question exactly how it's written. I will read it exactly as it's written. Just know there is an edit, but I feel like the original question needs to be asked. So here's the question. It says you can also ask her about how many different names she gives her penis because she can't actually remember their name out the gate.
Oh, that's funny.
I said her penis. I said
Yeah.
her penis, and then she said, "Oh, whoops, opponent. Sorry, voice to text."
Okay, well, I don't have a penis, so that's good.
Okay,
So it's been a big joke. I don't know who I'm fighting's name. So I'm like, I'm fighting Shannon Cannon. I'm fighting Sarah Cannon. I'm fighting Soraya Cannon. And just the general theme is like, I don't care who you are. Like, you could be whomever. I don't care. I don't
sure.
know who you are. I don't care. I'm going to fight you. And yeah, so I am coming for Shannon Cannon. Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't it Shelby? I thought it was Shelby. Is it Shannon?
Maybe. It could be Sarah. I don't know, bud.
Well, which is fine. I'm just gonna look just because to me, yeah, Shelby Cannon. Okay, so all right, that's fine.
Sure, Shelby, maybe.
We'll go with that. When she sent it, and she said the many names that she has for her penis, I was like, what the hell? So that was the funniest thing.
Fucking Courtney, man. Just causing
She's
problems all the damn time. I love
okay.
her.
She
Good Lord.
sent one other question. She said, ask her about how I distract her when we spar. How does she distract you when you spar?
She has this move that she does. She flips her titty and I zone in on her titty because it's beautiful. And then she punches me with the other hand. And it's a great tactic. She's really been honing it in. I think she might even use it in her next fight. So it's a good one. It's a really good one.
The ladies at your gym, you guys have made some of the funniest videos. I hope it becomes a weekly thing. When
Yeah.
you guys for those that don't know, I'll have to include a clip. They're sparring and they're talking about how they're working on their sparring. Well, do you want to set? You tell us because it's going to be funnier. You were there.
Yeah. So one of the videos that we made was like, it was supposed to look like I'm like showing you like a move. So you like block a jab and then you like slip and you get inside. And then we came up with this move called the titty blaster. And so it's just like uppercuts on the inside. Yeah, man, Courtney and Michelle, we train so hard and then we play hard. Like we laugh and we have so much fun afterwards and it's just a really good group and it's just fun. Like fight camp can be so draining and it can be so exhausting and it can just be awful. And so having them there to just laugh and like have fun is a blessing for sure. Yeah. Yeah, so a titty blaster
The
in
titty
case you're
blaster.
wondering.
When can we see more titty? Maybe the cooter punch. When do we see more videos?
It's so funny. We actually have been working on some things that we want to do. So it's actually, we have another thing dropping soon. So if you want to learn how to properly fight, you just have to check out our videos because they're really good.
Who's the evil genius behind this idea?
So Courtney was the one that came up with the move. My husband is really good at like editing stuff, and then I'm super good at like being like talking as if it's totally normal. So I think I like sold it well because it seemed like super like real and it was just outrageous. So definitely like Court's idea. But it was fun. It was so much fun. Yeah.
Your group of friends, are you guys friends outside like, I mean, listen, you all have jobs, and I know your job is part of the gym too, but everybody's got jobs and they train together. Are you guys able to hang out outside the gym, or is one of those like you try to keep your gym family as your gym family?
So we definitely started off as a gym family. Since then, though, that personal bond has grown. So now I would definitely call them like my friends. And like I'll call them or I'll hang out with them. I hired a court son to help out with my other business that I do. So just like as we've become closer, as we've sparred more, they have definitely turned into homies for sure. So
You're in Colorado. Colorado's a big area, but also it seems like it's kind of like a desert out there. And BKFC doesn't go. I mean, they go there once or twice a year. Were you asking, "Hey, get me on a card right away"? Did you get yourself on this Utah card, or did they come to you?
so originally they thought they were coming back to Denver in April. And when that fell through, it kind of looked like me, Marcus Edwards, Chris, everybody else got kind of put on a new card. And I'm still hoping that they're coming back in Denver in like October-ish. But I've known for a while that my sights were set on April. And then when it became May, I was like, oh, I have even more time. So I've had a wonderfully full camp, probably the fullest camp I've had in a really long time. So I'm just super thankful. Like you don't always get these like long camps. So it's just been great. It's been so fun. Yeah.
it's it's kind of interesting. I've talked to a few of you women who do BKFC, but some of you, I know you're trying to do power slap. Is that something that's on your radar? You want to do it? And I talked to Nikki Schaefer, and I've talked to Crystal Pittman, who's supposed to do power slap. It seems like a lot of you want to try it at least once. Is that like true?
When the opportunity came up for me, it was more the opponent, more something to do. I don't necessarily feel like power slap something that like I would like to go towards.
Sure.
Paige Van Zant, I have been trying to fight her since MMA. So when her name came up, I was like, I'll slap around Paige. But I don't, I mean, not something I would just take for the sake of taking, though.
Right.
Just like a fun opportunity. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to ask you for some insider information. We know that you train with Dylan. How is his hand coming along? Good. Can we see him? Like I said, I think that kid's going to make a splash at 45, and I really want to see him again. How's he doing, and when can we expect to see him again?
Yeah, man, hand is healing up great. He's doing great. Hoping to get him on the card once they come back. So
Okay.
hoping to have him on there, me on there, just kind of piling us all on. Yeah, man, he looks great. He is all healed up. He's a stud, man. Like he is going to be going for that title soon. I mean, he's just amazing. So yeah, yeah.
So when we interviewed, Courtney was like, "Hey, you should interview Kat. She's cool." Blah blah blah. She didn't tell me you had a stutter. So when we interviewed the first time, it came out of nowhere, and I was like, I was shocked, and I said, "Hey, why didn't you say anything?" She goes, "Well, I knew you wouldn't treat her any different, and I wouldn't have." But like it kind of throws people. But I
Sure.
love that you're able to, like, you're such an advocate. Like I saw you just did you just sign like a new like a merch thing? Like your post recently, like something with the stuttering community. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so the National Stuttering Association, they found me after I was on the Ultimate Fighter. And I love them. I love what they are up to. I love their message. And within the NSA, there is a girls group. They're all in like high school. And they made this group. They're called Sisters Who Stutter, and they made a shirt, and I was like, I have to buy it. Like, that's incredible. And I just think what they are up to is amazing. I mean, I remember being in high school, I was the only person I knew who stuttered. I would have never had the confidence to have like a shirt about it and be talking. And so, like, the more that I can promote that and advocate for that, I, I mean, that's what I want to do. The National Stuttering Association has a conference every year, and this year it's here. So I'm super pumped to have it at home. And as much advocating as I can, I am going to. I think stuttering's one of those things where there's not a lot of us out there talking about it
Sure.
because it's talking and that sucks. So now that I have like the platform to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it as often as I can, because people that stutter oftentimes feel like they're the only ones, and man, you are not. So, yeah, I'm going to just talk about stuttering all the time.
Can you? Okay, so you said it's a lot of people. How does someone not be a dick? You know, I had a friend who stuttered in high school, and he said the worst thing you could do is don't finish my sentences for me. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think the best thing that you can do is just have some patience. Like, it's 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 something we're gonna get through, and if we need to say it again, that's totally fine. But yeah, anytime you have somebody trying to speak for you, it kind of sucks, because like, it's not that I can't say it, it's just taking some time. So yeah, man, like, anytime that you're talking to a stutterer, I think just having some patience and just kind of like allowing them a space and time to talk, yeah, is huge. Totally.
See, don't be a dick, right? I mean, it's pretty
Yeah,
simple. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, slow
treat people
down.
nice. Yeah.
And two, I mean, I was just on a podcast talking about it. Like, just because you stutter or don't doesn't mean that you are good at communicating. And there's many ways to communicate. It doesn't always have to be like fluent and perfect. And if you just give somebody like time to express what they are saying too, like, they're going to become more comfortable as well. I know that like I have a harder time when it's someone new. I definitely struggle more, but then the more comfortable I get, the more relaxed my jaw is and my tongue is, and I tend to then speak a little more fluent. And so just allowing that like comfortable space is huge. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about something boring. Let's talk about the fights. When I do these interviews, I
Oh,
love talking about all the cool shit. I feel like fans want to know about the cool shit, but then of course we all need to talk about the fight. You know what I
no.
mean? Okay, you do you have do you make a specific game plan for your opponent, or do you say I do this great and they're gonna have to adjust to me?
It depends on the person. I leave most of my game planning up to my coach. He does great. I try to stay away from it. I think it's easy to like obsess over what your opponent is going to do, and it's easy to kind of forget about your own tools. But you kind of need to have both, because everybody has something that like they're pretty good at, or that they probably are going to pull out more. But then too, like, you have to sharpen and grow your own tools. So yeah, like with Sydney, we had a game plan of just following those long arms in, and we knew from the beginning like her body was gonna be soft. So that was kind of what brought it in. With Shannon Cannon, um, She's a brawler, man. She comes in at you, she grabs you, she tries to clinch you. Um, with all due respect to Shannon, I think she shouldn't have taken me. I think I am a level above her, and she's gonna learn quick, man. Like, there are levels to this game, and I'm higher up there. So, I mean, yes, we have a game plan with her, but at the same time, man, like, I'm excited to let another side show too. So, yeah.
Okay, for those that don't know, your husband is also your coach, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, let's give me one thing that he does phenomenal and one thing you're like, come on, dude, you need to do a better job. Give me one pro and one con of having a husband who's also a coach.
I can give you many pros and cons about having a husband as your coach. Pro would be he is so supportive of me. Like, he wants me to do better than anybody else in the world. Con, man, it's hard to go home with your husband, right? Because sometimes you don't want to talk about training, and you don't want to hear about, like, you can't eat that. And I'm like, look, motherfucker, like, my coach isn't here right now. And he's like, yeah, he is. I don't know, man. He is the most honest, brutally honest person. And I love that. It has made me so much better. Um, I don't know, man. Like, at the beginning, it was hard. We had a lot to iron out. Steven and I have been coach and athlete now for a very long time. He has earned my trust completely. And I almost feel like I'm like a video game player now. Like, he says ACB, and I'm like, boom, 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 boom. And that's awesome. He's definitely hard on me about my cardio, and he knows when I'm not running enough and yada yada. However, I will say, since bare knuckle, I've been so motivated. He hasn't had to tell me to do anything. I am on it. I want to be there. I want to be up every morning. I run, I lift, I train. I'm just in it. Like, I want to do it all. So I don't know. He's the best, man. Like, it is an honor. It is an absolute incredible situation to go into a battle and have your husband, the person that you love the most, be right there. It is something that it's an incredible thing to experience together. Yeah, so he's the
Okay.
best.
It's funny because I talked to Courtney and she goes, we're like yin and yang, or oil and water. She said, him as a coach, sometimes we get into it. She goes, but at the end of the day, like, she's like, he's such a great guy, da 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 da. But she goes, sometimes I feel like we're about to throw down, when we're fighting in there.
We start talking, or we start joking, or start like vibe, and he's like, stop it, you need to put on your gloves, don't do that. And I'm like, here comes the fun police, right? Like, leave us alone, Steven. No, man, he does great though. And two, I mean, he's so supportive of me and her. It's just it's just cool. It's a good space, good environment.
Okay,
Yeah.
when we last talked, you were talking about how bored you got with MMA, and you just kind of hit on it that you are so pumped again. If there are athletes out there and they're like, getting bored of MMA, like, would you say bare knuckle is this the spot that you want to, like, maybe rejuvenate your career? Maybe because I mean, there for a while you had given up, right? And MMA or bare knuckle had brought you back into combat sports, correct?
Yeah. So last year, about July, I was starting to feel like I just don't know if I can do this anymore. Had that fight in October, and I was like, holy shit, I feel something again. I'm so motivated by it. I love the structure of it. I love the feel of it. I love just all of it. It's so motivating, and like even on my hardest, shittiest days where I am beat up, I'm happy. And I think as athletes, like we forget that our happiness does matter. And if you're on a grind and you're like miserable, that eventually will show. And that will show in how you do everything. And I remember being in an MMA fight and I was just like, why am I here? Like, what am I doing? Like, what's happening? And completely flipped opposite feeling. Like, I want to wake up and I want to run. I want to spar. I want to do the extras because I'm happy again. So it's been it's just been a great change, and it's still fighting. I
Sure.
mean, it is an absolute fight still. So I just love that. It's just been good. Uh,
As the bare knuckle thing soars and people are drawn more and more to it. Like I said, I know you're a Genesis, but you also have your own gym. Have you noticed like kind of a surge in popularity in new students and stuff, or not quite yet?
Okay, first off, everybody in my gym now is like, we should try bare knuckle. And I'm like, yes, you should. Also, like, I am an older MMA fighter, and I have so many people that have stopped fighting who have been like, hey, like, what was bare knuckle like? Like, I'm enticed by it. And I cannot rave enough. Like, my body feels better. Like,
Sure.
not grappling, not wrestling has saved my tendons, my joints. Like, I could do this for another probably 10, 12 years. And I really think like it is a great avenue for people who just didn't quite find what they wanted in MMA or weren't quite happy with like Thai or whatever. So I'm just like you should try bare knuckle. Have you tried bare knuckle? You should try bare knuckle. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, man. And two, I think my performance really impressed people. I'm not in there to brawl. I want to hit you and leave. I want to make it kind of beautiful, and that really intrigued people as well. And like, what's going on? Like, what kind of training is happening over there? So I mean, man, like if you want to do bare Huckle, come and see us because it's the best. So much fun.
People love that, rock'em sock'em robot thing. But when you have somebody like yourself, or like I said, I always just embrace his corner. When somebody gets in there, demolishes their opponent, and doesn't have a mark on their face, and bare knuckles, and people get cut and people get swollen. And when you get in there and like you just said, you make it look beautiful, it's
Yeah.
such a testament. And people are absolutely like, holy crap, that looks amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, hey, like I am aware that eventually I'm going to get in a brawl, but you're going to have to be pretty fucking good to make me brawl. Right? Like I am a fancy, beautiful fighter. I'm gonna move and float and sting and I mean, hey man. And I had a beautiful outfit on.
You did.
That skirt looked gorgeous, so, you know.
You're such a girl.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So my last question I have for you. Okay, so people are going to ask. Okay, you did the bare knuckle. What about your hands? Was there any sort of hand issues? Did they bruise? Were they broke? Anything? Because that's what people want to know. People are always like, "Oh, but I heard they break their hands. I hear you break your hands a lot." Any issues?
So, I hit a tooth and it punctured my hand. That was the only real issue. I was amazed how quickly it all healed. My hands were definitely bruised afterwards. Courtney had to help me like do things. But man, like everything healed so quickly. I was just amazed. In fairness though, like I'm very big on healing, so I have like Play-Doh.
Okay.
I do like Play-Doh hand exercises. I ice every day. I do heat stuff. Like I'm very big on healing your body. So I mean, I was fine. I was impressed. My body felt great. That was one of the first fights afterwards. I didn't have like a headache. I just felt good. I don't know. It was awesome. I loved it, man. I am all in. I'm so sold. I'm like, this is the best thing ever. Everybody should be doing this.
Will you be doing any more like conditioning for your hands though going forward? Like you see some of the guys like, and look at Figueroa, who you know, he fought James Brown, and that dude's knuckles. I was in the back with him. He was in our locker room and looking at James Brown's knuckles. They were just monsters, and you see him just cutting Figueroa's face. Do you plan on trying to like calcify your knuckles or anything, or you're good?
I don't know about calcifying. I do like bag work with like hand wraps on. I also do a lot of like, I precisely am learning to hit with these two all the time, no matter what. I do a lot of like training where like I'm precisely making sure that I get these two on.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I ice a lot. I take great care of my body. I definitely don't want like problems afterwards, right? But I don't know. It's just it's a part of it too. Yeah.
Okay, well, I have no other questions for you. Is there any sponsors or shout out or messages to people that you'd like to get out before we call it a night?
Man, wow. I didn't even think this far. I want to give a shout out to the National Stuttering Association. They're just wonderful. They have done so much good things. I want to give a shout out to my main training partner, Courtney Cameron. She is amazing. I love her so much. Also, a huge shout out to my coach, Stephen Paprocki, and my home gym, DCO MMA. And you all should tune in May 10th, Salt Lake City. I am going to put on a fucking show. So tune in, man. It's going to be fun.
Thanks so much for your time. I look forward to talking with you again after your win. And, you
Awesome.
know, you're going to have to punch Courtney in the titties a couple times for that penis comment. But, you know,
Done.
like,
Got
done.
it.
All
I'm
right.
coming for you, Courtney.
All right. Thank you so much, Kat. Take care.
See ya.
Bye.